I don't know if any of you guys have seen M3GAN. I did, and I liked it. But basically, it is about a robot doll that you can buy for a child who is traumatized or has behavioral issues. It befriends the child and is supposed to trauma bond with them and help them develop. And obviously, it's a horror movie, so it goes horribly wrong. And
like Chucky.
M3GAN becomes a killer doll, and that's the movie. And it's a pretty good movie, but they're planning to make a sequel because it was far more successful than many people expected it to be.
And by the way, guys, this is one of those rare occasions where Mary did like something, so hallelujah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So they're making a sequel, and in plans to promote that sequel, they are now selling a life-size replica of the M3GAN doll for adults.
Website. You can look at it on the website.
For adults.
I mean, who else is buying this? You're not buying this for a child because a child would be terrified by it. It's fully posable, a life-size replica of the Model 3 generative android, otherwise known as M3GAN. So here's the product description. By the way, this is for about $500.
Kind of hate it. Yeah.
Own a fully posable, life-size replica of the robot doll from the film M3GAN. The Model 3 generative android was designed to be a parent's greatest ally and programmed to be a child's best friend. Ugh. But a self-aware doll with a life of its own can lead to sinister consequences. This one-to-one replica is based on M3GAN's on-screen appearance, duplicated from the actual film used digital files to be the most screen-accurate representation available. It has an articulated inner armature, movable eyes, and synthetic hair matched to screen-used hair samples. Her clothing is made from film-used patterns and includes a dress with inner lining, 2 striped sleeves, a bow tie, underwear, tights, and shoes.
I'm going to put the picture back on screen so you guys can see what this looks like.
The fabric material of her dress matches an exact swatch of the dress from the movie. Her shoes are customized with details from the screen-used shoes. This fantastically accurate replica doll stands approximately 55 inches tall and will be an excellent addition to any family.
This is like if you're a bougie rich person, this would be a great way to scare the crap out of your kids, I guess.
I guess if that's what you want. But we know who's about to buy this, right?
Yes, we do.
We know exactly who is going to be buying this. And you can see from the product page, it, for a height comparison, shows the figure of an adult male next to M3GAN.
God damn it.
So there's that. Unfortunately, I was already aware of the whole
and it's not like
real doll industry because of the show.
It's not like the movie was marketed to kids.
No.
No.
No, obviously not.
It's marketed towards that. Somebody posted this picture for, what was the name of that movie with...
Someone in the chat
Oh,
said
from Lars and the Real
Yeah.
Girl? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But imagine that. Imagine Lars, but he has a child girlfriend.
Yes.
That's probably the customer that they're looking for
It's
here.
so
That's
bad.
the target demo.
So bad.
Obviously, it's a bad idea. And I know that this website, they have an excuse because they sell replicas of Chucky, of Bride of Chucky, of all these different...
Chucky's very popular.
Because you know they're just deviants chomping at the bit for this.
Why does the doll have underwear? I just don't understand why the doll has underwear. Like, why is that necessary? You know? It's not like the robot.
Okay, there's in the chat. James Brighter says, I can see horror movie fans getting it for kicks. Like, there will be a bunch of people who collect Funko Pops and collect merch and collect these types of things that probably would get it for display purposes.
Oh, so we're supposed to believe this is the same thing as buying a Funko Pop?
Yes, for rich people.
That's what we're supposed to believe.
You've got $450.
I mean, there are, of course, that's why there's a problem with it. If it was exclusively creepy people, then it's not actually something for sale. It's what you do to attract people before you arrest them, right? Like, but there are people that'll be like, oh, this is fine. Even though it's like, well, wow, if you didn't think it was fine and you just were like, no, that's weird. And we all could agree on that.
One day it's just hanging up behind Mary on the back of the TV. It's like,
well, Kellen gave us an idea that we could have the M3GAN doll in the studio, just like on with whatever podcast
right
they have that doll Kiki, and she'll sit in the 4th chair or wherever. And just, watch us. Crispy Like Transport LLC said, just by listening to your description, they seem to have stolen this idea from Chucky.
I mean, same target audience.
Same genre, horror-tainment.
Which that's fine.
Comedy horror.
Just selling the doll to people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
I like the idea that when they do this, they ask you what your intentions are. Like,
Oh,
what's
God.
your purpose of buying this doll? We need to know beforehand.
Yeah, it's like
Like if you can't even coherently give us a non-creepy sentence, we're gonna avoid the
I
sentence.
think this is just an FBI honeypot, and everyone
Yes.
who pre-orders the doll is getting put on a watch list.
Watch
I mean,
list.
I kind of think that they should.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you order that, it is legitimate for people to be like,
Yeah, side-eyeing you. I mean, not just side-eyeing
This
you.
is
like,
why
it's just-
this is why discreet packaging was actually created. by
oh,
Amazon.
God.
Like that was there was a great tweet back in the day. There was a description. It's like Amazon got famous so that you could buy weird sex stuff without the packaging displaying to everybody what you were buying.
It's just...
Look, okay. So
I mean, at least it doesn't talk like the doll in the movie.
At least it doesn't do a lot of things, Mary. At least it doesn't do a lot of things.
No, it does not have any orifices.
well, here's the thing. That will end up getting made by somebody on the black
Of
market.
course.
Well,
And it's
there's
gonna be-
already like that stuff out there, and isn't it?
There's a $20 one here from Jacob Edler. It says Orphan from 2009 had a similar controversy. In that movie, he had even sexual themes in the plot. Creepy stuff.
What, they sold a doll of a child
Must have.
to promote it?
Yeah, it's not good. I look at this stuff and I just think if you're like a horror YouTuber and you cover horror movies and you cover all this type of content and you're looking for something to put it behind you, even then you might be like, do I really need this one?
There is no super fan of the horror genre out there who genuinely wants this doll.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't
What did
think so.
what
I
was
think
the-
Chris Hansen needs to find these people.
What was the general consensus from the Twitter responses?
Take a seat over there, pal.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
seeing on a
essentially.
lot of them here.
Yeah, it's weirder when you consider this film wasn't marketed to a younger audience due to the violence, so they've made this for adults to buy.
Chris Hansen.
Yes. So he says, "Nah, we good."
Another reason for society to excuse PDF files. Anyone that does abhorrent acts like that to a child needs to experience a blank. It's just basically everyone agreeing that this is incredibly weird and
Here's an interesting
unnecessary.
one. Somebody says, if I was the parents of the girl M3GAN was based on, I would sue and call the cops. The website is full of questionable you may also like suggestions.
God.
Like, would they sell replica dolls of the twins from The Shining?
That's okay. So that's literally
Would they do that?
one of the responses here is just somebody who posted that and it says, "Randy, come play with us."
Yeah. No. Just immediately no.
Like, can we just leave it alone?
Like, I hate that I know this exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at this stuff and because Chucky dolls have done well for years. Chucky dolls
Yeah,
have sold
but
for
That's
years.
different.
It was
Yes, it's very
so
different.
It's
incredibly
not a
different.
human.
Yep.
I mean, in the movie, she's made to be completely indistinguishable from a human child, and that it has a bunch of scenes that are supposed to, have comedic effect, where the adults in the room meet M3GAN and they don't know that she's a robot.
Here's this person says, "You just made the list."
Yeah.
Another person says, "Anyone who buys this should be monitored." Not
Get a
the best look, but here I wonder if there's
Government Fitbit.
yeah, like I look at this and I just wonder
Government Fitbit. No.
that there's just money to be made in the marketing, and they're just like you know what? So what if we're gonna get a creepy audience? We're gonna make a bunch of money off this. And somebody's like, well, we could just make a doll version of it, and they're like, no,
We
full-sized.
have a weird mannequin that sits downstairs next to where
Yes.
Kara works, and that's supposed to be like normal for our
Oh,
workers. It still freaks me out.
I've had
but,
to
like,
move that thing multiple times.
Yeah, no.
So it used to. So if you guys haven't been to this location, so like when you're walking upstairs and you walk by the studio, you're walking by like the offices, like where Hannah Claire and them work, and then you walk into the living area or the middle area there where Wesley and them do Cat's Castle, but you have to walk by going the other way to go downstairs, and you walk by and you can just see down into like the kitchen area, and the doll would just be sitting there looking up.
You can see his
and
eyes.
Scares the living shit out of you, depending
Yeah.
on your mood when you walk by. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
Just
We're
creepy.
gonna have to print out the chat logs for
There's-
every person that purchases.
You're gonna have to like look it up. There's gonna be like people doing unboxing videos for this. You just know that that's gonna be a thing.
Yes, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna bring the doll to the showings of the sequel. And buy a seat for her, get her popcorn, get the Dune popcorn bucket maybe.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.